Let's do this. My name is Ricardo Marrero-Alattar, and I am a storm breaker. What is a storm, if not an infinite amount of infinitely small droplets of rain or molecules of wind that swirl and shatter the world it strikes? My story sits at the intersection of two worlds. Physically, my home, my island, Puerto Rico. Mentally, ADHD, OCD, GAD, and short-term memory loss. Unaware of my mental storm during my upbringing, I was taught by my island community optimism, passion, and hope. Todo bien, poco a poco. These phrases, they're home to me, saying that despite the odds, despite the conflict, all is good, one step at a time. December 19th, 2022. When I heard the news that Hurricane Fiona had descended upon my home, I knew right there that these pillars of my world's stasis would soon topple and fall. Sitting there in my organic chemistry lecture, I watched as the memories forced their way back into my head from 5 years ago, and they wouldn't let go. I was 14 when I watched Hurricane Maria destroy every instance of life and beauty in my home from a television screen. September 21st, 2017. Sitting there in my grandparents' living room, holding my sisters tight with tears in my eyes, I watched as the roads shattered beneath people's feet. I watched as people searched for bodies on rowboats down the flooded city streets of San Juan. I watched hell overcome my island. ¿Cómo se dice? And I watched it through the foggy pixels of a screen, desperately waiting for news from the radio. Are they alive? Are my parents alive? My friends, my community, are they alive? Or have they been reduced to mere numbers on a casualty list? I returned to reality in the blink of an eye. But as the teardrops flooded the lecture floor, I thought, do I stay in class and move on? Or is it worth doing something, anything, with this time? My brain chose for me. And soon enough, I was racing my fingers across my keyboard as quickly as I could during my organic chemistry lecture, writing emails to every professor, every connection, everyone I knew, begging for help. I reminded myself, todo bien, poco a poco. I sent 70 emails that day, but I cared most about one. A government liaison, a mentor from a previous incomplete project, who that project was crucial, now more than ever. I begged her to try again, citing the horrors that I had seen. I begged her to let me in. The breaks between emails were my chances to cry, but only for a moment. Not when I have hope, not when I have a chance, not when I have a reply. A reply returns. It's her. She responded. This is my opportunity. This is my chance. She's ready. She's going to... What? She responds in short sentences. No header, no Zoom link. She says, the hospitals are running. The doctors are working. Everything is fine. What? This is the government telling me straight to my face that everything is okay, while I hear on the news that Salinas is flooded, that San Juan is powerless, the hospitals are powerless, the emergency rooms are empty, the patients don't know where to go. What? Within 30 seconds, I reply immediately, citing everything that I'd seen, everything that I'd heard, begging for clarity, begging for answers, begging for a meeting, message sent, and I wait. And I wait. And I wait. And just like that, she's gone. My one chance, my one opportunity to do something, to truly help my people, gone. My neurodivergence made it worse. I would soon compulsively stay up night after night trying to find solutions. I wouldn't eat. How could I? How selfish of me. There's food right here in front of me, fresh food on the table, while my neighbors, my family back at home can't feed themselves. My family says to work, but how can I? How can I work while people are dying? Is that not on me to put everything that I can, every hour, every minute, to build something as fast as I can, to do something as big as I can, as much as possible? Is that not optimism? How could I control my head when I woke up every morning hating the way that it refused to work? There was so much to do, but so little time. And if I put the time, then what do I do? What do I build? How do I build it? What do I do? I'm getting distracted. I need to study. I need to work. I need to focus. I'm getting distracted. I need to do something. I need to try something. I can't. What do I do? It's a convoluted, tightening chokehold of interweaving mental fabrics that constrain my every ability to think and breathe, and I fall. The storm settles around me into the eye of the hurricane, and I fall. There's nothing I can do. I'm hopeless. September 21st, 2022, 48 hours after Fiona, I lay there on my bed, paralyzed from fear, frozen by the fear of the thoughts in my own head, when a flicker of light shines through the eye of the storm. My research mentor responds to one of the emails that I had sent in panic. She received my plan and she wanted to help. I go from 0 to 100 in a panic. We meet in person for the first time. I explained to her every concern, every idea, every thought that had ran across my head, everything. Within 1 hour, we have revolutionized my old idea and turned it into a plan of action, ready to go. One more chance, one more opportunity to push. Our team has no name. No website, no LinkedIn, no funding. But what we have is hope. We have a mission, passion, a plan. With no help from the government, we are incubating a database system that delivers life-saving healthcare accessibility, information, and data to every cell phone on the island. It's not perfect. It's not going to save Puerto Rico, and it's sure as hell not going to stop climate change. But that's the thing about climate change, isn't it? As much as my brain blinded me to believe that I was hopeless and alone and that there was nothing I could do, I cannot be hopeless because I am not alone. And the same way, as much as the world blinds you to believe that there is nothing that you can do and that your impact on climate change is infinitely small, you cannot be hopeless because you are not alone. Look around you. Every person here had the opportunity to move on, had the opportunity, oblivious to the messages we are trying to convey to you today, and yet you are here. That is evidence that you can fight too, and all that is missing is the push. Your memory, your attention, their gifts, use them to fight now before Boston floods like Salinas. Use them to fight now before New York goes powerless like San Juan. It's not about taking action broadly, it's about taking action now. We can all be storm breakers. An infinite amount of infinitely small raindrops. If, and only if, we all form one storm. Thank you.